Well, first of all, Jeff, just I guess how are you feeling today from a symptom standpoint? Have things improved, or kind of where do you stand right now?
Yes, things have improved and I've gotten better, so I'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard from the rules committee regarding any kind of communication you can have on Saturday?
No, I have not heard any news on that at this juncture.
But you anticipate them giving you the okay to do that? Are you preparing to do that?
Well, I don't anticipate that answer, no, but if they gave it to me, it would be great. So as soon as I know, we'll relay it on. But I haven't heard yet.
Okay. Um, just with, how do you evaluate how practices have gone this week, just based on what you've been able to see from a distance?
I like how practice has gone. I think our guys have put in a lot of work, a lot of hard, great effort over the last couple months. Not only football-wise, but trying to stay safe and do their part to get an opportunity to play. So, as you guys know now, it's about going out there and proving your worth and measuring yourself against good football teams. And that's what we got now, a really talented, disciplined, hard-nosed team that's very hard to beat. And we got to go see how we stack and measure up. I think you get tired of going against yourselves for so long, and now it's about, hey, let's go take the test and see if we can pass.
Uh, since you won't be allowed at the game Saturday, where will you watch from?
Well, I guess I'll have to stay isolated in my home since that's kind of the rule. And I'll watch from there and see how that goes, and hopefully not get in my car and head over to the stadium, but I'll try to stay at my house.
Any idea how that's going to go with you sitting or standing or whatever you're going to do Saturday?
Well, I would recommend any family members I have not to be around me, so it'll probably just be myself, and that way I can't do any harm to anyone else other than me.
Whatever point your communication with the team cuts off, what will be your kind of last message to either Brian or your coaching staff or your players before they go out there?
I don't want to overestimate the importance of one person. I think that I've tried to do my part this week and, evaluate video and watch our team and continue to prepare for Iowa, continue to give information, continue to talk to our players and coaches. But really, come game day, it's time for me to step aside and let those guys do their thing. I think we've got very good coaches that, have worked very hard for this opportunity. I think we've got players that want to go out there and see how they stack and measure up, and now it's about letting those guys play. And you know what, that's part of it. And you can only control what you can control. And I'm very confident that our team will go out and play hard. And I know our coaches will coach to the end, and we'll see if we can pull off a win.
Have you ever had to miss a game like this? Not for COVID, but any other reason, injury or anything like that?
No, not to this degree. This is definitely completely unique, and it's hard to describe because you sit at your house all day during the course of the season, during the course of a week, and you try to do your part, but it's just not the same. I mean, you want to be around the guys, you want to go out there, compete, be on the field, and be a part of it. But this is a different year, so I'm sure I'm not the only one it's going to happen to. I'm sure I'm not the only one on our staff and team it's going to happen to. I was hopeful when things started to roll downhill, I would catch this sooner so I could get back for the game, and it didn't happen that way. So the timing was not good.
Speaking of, will you have a full staff there on Saturday?
No, we will not. So we're gonna be not going to give any names. We'll be down more than myself.
Can you say a number? Is it 1, 2?
I really don't want to say a number. It's definitely a few people, on the staff and support staff. So we've had a few issues that have popped up, and that's part of it. We've made the adjustments along the way to make up for the losses that we have. And that's going to be part of it this season. And, you hope that you don't have many of that, but I'm sure other teams have had it to this point, and we've got to adjust.
Have you determined, or Brian determined, who will be up in the press box, kind of helping him or being his eyes up there?
Yeah, we've been set on that for a long time. I know he's been up there with me the whole time. So, of course, he's coming down on the field, and we'll have excuse me, someone go up specifically in charge of the back end and coverages, which is normally what he's concentrated on, to make sure that that's getting communicated with him. And even before this, we've had the front part taken care of, and we'll make sure to get that information relayed as well. But just a few subtle changes in that that I think we'll need to do to make sure we're got all the bases covered.
Who will that be?
Well, I'd rather not give any names on that quite yet, just to not give any advantage to the other team.
Okay. From a health standpoint, how do you feel about your club going into Saturday?
I think we're about as good as we can be. We probably will have about maybe 5 or 6 players that are out for the game. Once again, I apologize. I'd rather not give that information right now so that the other team knows. But once we get on the field, you'll probably be able to tell some of those. But you know what? They're probably not far off, but we'll probably have a handful that'll miss this game.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Great. All right, Tom?
Hey, Coach, how you doing? I like your shirt there, buddy.
Yeah, you Cowboys guy?
A little bit. So, hey, real quick, just sort of describe what your typical day has been like. I mean, like how many Zoom calls you're on. You just sort of take me through what your typical day has been like.
Well, I make sure to take my medication a little bit. I tried to wean off of it early, and it started to catch up with me. So I'm doing that. Really, I get up with our staff and help prepare practice. We've had a few things happen at the office, so we've had to even work by Zoom at the office more so this week than we normally have, just to make sure that we're going to get enough guys to the game healthy as far as our staff. So we've done a lot of things by Zoom, even when we've been at the office, and putting the practice plan together, watching video, communicating it, talking about it, going over our scripts, talking about any extra research or additions we want to add to the mix. We'll have a staff meeting at 1:30 where we go over practice and how that's going to take place, and then go over their script again. And then, when they go out on the field, excuse me, when they go out on the field, there's a camera out there for me to watch practice from my phone. So I'm able to do that. It's not the best view in the world because it's field level, but it still gives me a pulse of what's going on with our team. And then I'm able to address the team right after practice, after we make our announcements, like I normally would if I were there. And then from there, we're back watching practice. I have someone bring over my computer and drop it off on the front porch so they don't have to be around me, and I can come out and get it. And every day after practice is over, they'll bring over a new laptop that's loaded with the next practice. And it's kind of been a continuing process. So I've actually been able to work quite a bit, from here. It's just I haven't been there in person. I haven't been around our team, and I haven't been able to see it, firsthand, even though I've been able to see it from a camera view and on videotape. So, I think I have a grasp of what we've been able to do. And now it's just a matter of, game day. I'm not going to be there, but our guys, need to go out there and just play and cut it loose and have some fun.
I know it's still early, Jeff. Can you say when you'll be back? Are you going to be back for that Illinois game?
Yes, I'll be back then.
Okay. And I'm kind of curious, how many guys can you dress at home? How many guys can you dress on the road?
Well, I tell you what, because of the COVID situation, we have adjusted how we're doing things. Even from a meeting standpoint, we're going to have our meetings tomorrow and our walkthrough, then have our team dinner in the press box. Normally we'd go over to the hotel and have meetings at night. We're going to go right back to the facility and have our meetings there. And then when we're done with that, we go to the hotel where really they're just going to go to sleep. Now in the morning, we will have a walkthrough at the hotel, and We're having to, space out the eating a little more so than we have in the past, because even a lot of articles I've read, that's where a lot of teams have been contaminated. So we're really spreading the guys out and the meals out, and making sure that, we don't have any flare-ups. We're probably going to space guys out more in hotel rooms, and maybe not everybody have their own room, but quite a few will as well. And even we've looked into pairing some of those with people that have already been positive, if they have to have a roommate. So what was the actual question you asked? I can't.
Just like how many guys can you actually dress have on the sideline?
Well, so what we're going to do because of that, if a guy is able to play, we're going to have him pads on the sideline. Now, we don't want to stretch that too much just because of getting too close. So we are going to put more than we have in the past in the stands. They will be in a spot in the end zone where they will sit during the game, away from the team, just to maximize that space and to make sure we're not too crowded. So the amount we're going to cut back on whatever we need on the sideline we're going to have, but we're not going to have as many people stand on the sideline as we've had in the past.
So you're going to have some players sitting in the stands in full pads?
No, not full pads. No, just the ones in full pads will be on the sideline. But we, sometimes for home games, we go ahead and dress almost everybody because I feel like they need that reward to dress. But just because of COVID, we're not going to dress as many.
I got you. Hey, I'm curious, how come you're going with just game captains this year and not just naming permanent captains, so to speak, for the full season?
Well, unfortunately, last year, all of our permanent captains got hurt early, so we were stuck with no captains.
I got you.
So we've reevaluated that, and what we've decided to do is, let's have our guys earn that title for captain. And it's going to be a weekly choice we make. Normally, because you can't take many people out to the coin flip, it's just going to be two guys each game. This week it's Derek Barnes and Payne Durham, and they've definitely earned that right. And each game we'll adjust it. And that doesn't mean someone couldn't do it twice, but we're going to adjust it, and people are going to have to earn the ability to call themselves a captain. And then after the end of the year, based on how things have gone and the leadership skills of our guys, then we'll name our permanent Tyler Trent captains at the end of the year.
Hey, can you say percentage-wise or maybe even number-wise how many guys on the team have gotten COVID?
You know what? I don't know the number off the top of my head. I know we're probably – there's probably been teams that have had a lot more than us. I think we've done a very good job since we did the daily testing. I don't think we've had any player pop up then, but we did have some in late spring and some of this. And I don't know the exact number. I would say it's double digits. Okay.
Hey, last question, Jeff. I got to ask about Rondale. Is he okay? Can you say if he's going to be suited up and playing Saturday?
Well, I just like with everybody, we don't want to give any information out specifically until game day, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I have a follow-up.
Yes.
Just with any plans as far as what the social justice piece of what's happening in society? Are there any plans from your team with either a patch or anything like that, kneeling, or that you're aware of that will happen Saturday?
And if I could actually jump in there, we are working on something with a press release, so I'd rather us pass on that question for now.
So I take it that's yes.
We are, yes, we're working on something that will be coming out here very shortly.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That was, and I guess need to ask, you still mum on your starting quarterback for Saturday?
Well, publicly, yes. I mean, I just think, as you know, every little edge that a team can get, we've got to be very cautious of it. And teams can change their plan, and obviously they'll know when we step on the field. But like I said, really, it wouldn't shock me if more than one guy plays. Not that we're going to force that issue whatsoever. But I do feel like our competition was very even, and we're going to make the decision we think is best and give it to somebody that we think has earned that position. But at the same time, really 3 guys are up and ready and could easily see the field if we choose to.
How much did Oscar want to be the acting head coach on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm sure they all do. But you know what? I think they like being the head coach from behind the scenes more, just in case we don't do well. They can act like they I didn't listen to them. So actually, of all the Brohms in the family, Brian's the most even keeled and level headed. So I'm sure he'll handle it just fine.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
All right, Coach, you can go.
Okay, thanks, boss.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Hey, when's your release coming out?